What's good, everybody? Welcome in. We're doing some late night photos. I'm gonna try to do somewhere between 5 and 10 photos tonight. I've already photoed 20 items, put them into Nifty. After this live, I'll put 20 of those live. And then whatever I do extra today, I'll make sure I schedule out for tomorrow. Usually I do this the day before and I wouldn't have to photo day of. I would already have 20 photos. So I didn't have to do it over the weekend. But yesterday was July 4th, so we didn't get much work done at all. So I figured I'd get a little ahead of schedule for tomorrow because we're probably gonna be out most of the day tomorrow. So if I can get like 10 listings drafted and at least photoed and ready to go and scheduled to be put out, then I don't really have to work as hard tomorrow because we're really trying to do 10 to 20 per day is what we're really trying to do. So if I can get 10 photo tonight, that means I don't have to do any work tomorrow and I can just take a chill day. So yeah, appreciate you guys coming on in. It should be like a 30 to 45 minute live. If you've never been on one of the late night photo session lives, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the camera between this camera and this camera as I'm taking photos. You guys will be able to see the whole process. Feel free to ask questions. As I'm over there photoing, I won't be able to read this screen because my back will be turned, but I'll pop back and forth between both screens and answer questions and hang out with you guys. Is a good time for you guys to get some work done too. You have people to hang out with. You can ask questions, just hang out, listen to some background noise as you guys are getting some photos done. Appreciate all the support. What's up, Blended? Appreciate all the support on the last few videos. I haven't done a Bolo video in, I want to say it's been, I don't know how long. I think it was like 4 or 5 months since I did a Bolo video, and you guys really like those, but I just kind of like put those to the wayside. I don't know why I did because they were so successful on YouTube. If I would have kept doing them right now, probably have like triple the subscribers that I have, but I put those off to the side and I'm starting to bring those back. So feel free to go watch that video. You can also watch it on Facebook too. It's up on Facebook. It's up on all platforms. It's even on TikTok right now if you wanted to watch it on TikTok. But yeah, full Bolo video. I did flannels this round. I think I'm going to come out with something unexpected for the next Bolo video. And I'll probably end up filming it on like Monday or Tuesday. So it'll probably be out by like next week. But it'll be a good one. It'll be one that you guys aren't expecting. A lot of people want me to do shoes. I probably will do shoes. But I feel like shoes is one that's expected. I want to do something that's unexpected. So getting some listings done with the stream. Let's go. There he is. There's a shoe guy right there. Ethan's in the house. What's up, shoe guy? Welcome in. But yeah, if we're going to get some listings done today, feel free to hang out. I got basically everything that I picked up last week. I almost have photoed. If you've watched the last few videos, basically everything from the last few videos have been photoed except for I'm looking at like 10 pieces left. That's probably what I'll do tonight. And then I get to go dip back into my death pile and start, doing some of those. So what's a Bolo to be on the lookout for. So Wendy, you're on YouTube, just go check out the last video I just posted. It's a full-length video, and I also have a playlist for all the Bolo videos. I think I have like 6 of them up now. There's 5 brands per video, and there's a theme to each video. So like this video was flannels. I have one for ties, one for jackets. What other ones I have? I have a couple more, but go watch them. They're all on there. It's super easy to find. Appreciate you doing this, man. Learning a lot. How do you avoid getting ding on eBay if you have one-day handling time? I have an order today, but it has to be scanned on Monday by midnight. Correct. It's 1 business day. It's not 1 day handling. It's 1 business day handling. So if you sold something on Thursday, you technically don't have to ship it until Monday because Friday was a holiday. So that doesn't count as a business day. Saturday and Sunday are both not business days. So you have till Monday. So if you shipped it, like I haven't shipped any of my orders from Thursday at all. They're just sitting there ready to go. I'm probably going to do a big order pull video because I'm going to have so many orders from this weekend because it's a super long weekend. So yeah, you don't have to ship those out until Monday. So if you sold something today, sell something tomorrow. Don't feel like you got to rush to pack it up. So hi, clothes guy. What's up, Dan? Welcome in. Wendy says check. Yeah, Bolo is be on the lookout for. So again, appreciate you guys hanging out. It's gonna be a fun, chill stream. We're just gonna get some photos done. You guys will be able to see my process. Most of you have probably already seen it before, but if you're new here, appreciate you guys stopping on in. I tried to do these as much as I possibly can. Throughout the week. I'm trying to at least do 3 of these per week, where we just come hang out. And then if you guys have any questions too throughout the day, like you see one of my videos or you see a post, and you want to get like an in-person response, this is a good way because I don't ignore anybody in the chat here. When it comes to comments in my comment section, I get comments like all day long, and usually they get buried. So if you want your questions answered, these are the lives to come to, or the morning shipping lives are a good one to come to as well. So let's flip this camera over. We're going to start with a nice little Vinny Vine shirt. I think I have this centered. Yeah, we're good. We're good. You guys should be able to hear me when I'm walking around the room too, because I'm mic'd up right now. You guys will recognize this from the Goodwill video that I just put out. If you haven't watched it, it's on Facebook and YouTube. I put those videos out on all platforms right away. I don't delay putting them out on Facebook. I know some people do because you get more money if you put them out on YouTube first than if you do Facebook and you get people to watch it there. But to be honest, I don't really care about how much money I make on the videos. It doesn't really bother me. I'd rather just more people see the video. That's the whole point of making videos, is more people to see them, not making as much money as you possibly can and tricking the algorithms and all that stuff. So if you ever see a video come out, it's usually out right away. Sometimes it's a little delayed on Facebook because I got to wait for it to upload, and usually Facebook's pretty slow about the upload process. So you might see it on Facebook or YouTube first, but it's only a couple minutes before usually is when you see it. All right, this is a Vineyard Vines Harbor shirt. This is a good one. It's got the like shark and marlin print all over it. It's got hooks all over it. It's really, really good. Oh, I got some questions. You sell your home yet? No, we actually had somebody come look at it. So we've had 3 or 4 people in the last week look at it, but they're all flippers. They're all offering us like 100,000 under market or under our listing price, cash. So it's like cash offer 220,000, cash offer 250,000. I'm like, I don't want no damn cash offer. I want full price. Give me full price. You can have it right now. But yeah, we're getting a lot of flippers in this area trying to buy the house. So I went and got new glasses today, and holy, they are expensive. You got the Metas? You got the Metas, Ethan? Nice. They're coming out with Oakleys. I'm thinking if I do buy another pair for Kayla, I'm gonna wait for the Oakleys to come out, because supposedly they're supposed to be better quality. The sound's supposed to be better, and the battery life is supposed to be longer. So, what's up, Seth? What's your cut off time for setting on eBay for shipping? Mine's 1 day handling. Mine has 1 day. I don't do same day. Same day is a little tough with kids during the summer, things like that. But I do 1 day. Same day would be like 12 o'clock. You set it to 12 o'clock, and if you sell anything before 12, it has to be shipped that same day. So, oh yeah, the button tool is a lifesaver. If you guys haven't seen these are my link tree. I don't make much off these when you buy them. I think it's a couple pennies on Amazon. It's also on TikTok. But this thing saves your fingers. Saves your fingers. I wish I would have found this years ago, because my fingers get really dry here in Florida, and using this tool, it saves them. Because you know how much my eyes suck. Yeah, you can get Ray-Ban Metas, and you can have them prescription. That's what mine are, Ethan. Mine are prescription. You should have got that, because you could have wrote those off, Ethan. You could have completely wrote those off, dude. Completely. It would have been a business expense. That's what mine are going to be, because I use it for content like every week. So my eyeglasses are free. All right, let's snap some photos of this Vineyard Vine shirt. I like to pull the shirt down here first because my lighting setup isn't perfect. This gets me much better lighting for my cover photo. And then I take all my tag photos here too. Any like description photos. This one has a Vineyard Vines hit on the front. And then I'm gonna pull it up like this. I'm actually getting a lot faster with my photo process too. Like a lot faster. I'm going a little slow because we're on live right now, but I'm just, earlier today I was like boom, 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 boom. As soon as I had a free second where Joey wasn't being crazy and I can come in here and take photos, I was just snapping them super fast. I like this setup. I am going to alter it a little bit when we do officially move, but it's going to look very, very similar to this setup. All right, now we're going to take our measurement photos. For shirts, I just do a pit to pit, which is a chest measurement, and then a top to bottom. You can take sleeve measurements too if you want. I just choose not to do them. I think pit to pit and top to bottom is perfect. It's good enough to get the sale. Just take it from right there, stick it right there. I take it so it shows exactly how far the back goes down to, because sometimes the backs are longer than the fronts. And then you're just going to take this. These photos, I don't really care too much about how they look. It's just to show the buyer that there's no stains or flaws or anything like that when you're snapping your photos. And that one's done. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold it. I found folding on this board saves a little time too, because it's angled, so it makes it a little easier for me to just fold it up nice and neat, and that's how it looks. It's just gonna slide right into our packaging and it'll look nice for the buyer. And that one's done. And now we'll do our next one. Now we will do our next one. I like the one I got. I might get the Metas or wait for the Oakleys. Yeah, I feel like waiting for the Oakleys is a good idea because supposedly the Oakleys are supposed to be like a lot better. A lot better. Again, feel free to hang out, ask some questions in the chat. Make sure you like the live wherever you're watching, Facebook or YouTube. And then we're just getting some work done. So hopefully you guys are getting some work done too. Like I said, a lot of this stuff, if you guys watched the last couple videos, you guys probably have seen these. I was debating whether to hold this for a Kids Whatnot show, but I think I'm just going to list it because I know this is going to sell really fast. This is that Kids Ralph Lauren sweater. It's in really good condition. It's not technically like a summertime item, but it'll still sell in the summertime. These always sell all year round. And I said in the video I was only going to sell this for 15. I don't know what I was saying in the video. This is going to sell for like 20 to 25 pretty easily. So I'm going to zip this up just a little, make it look nice, and then throw that down like that. Pretty good find for Goodwill. If this was found at Red, White, and Blue, I know Red, White, and Blue would have priced this to the moon. They probably would have had this at like 20 bucks. So luckily we found it at Goodwill. It's one of the sections I'm starting to learn is the kids section. Oh, I gotta take a photo of the logo. Boom, boom, boom. Tag photo. Okay. Now we're just gonna take this, pull this up, get that fluff off there. I'm just gonna keep the sleeves off to the side like this. I feel like that looks good. Front photo. Now we take our measurements. I really need a reseller ruler. Again, when I move, I'm gonna get all the supplies to make this setup super efficient. Because right now it's not. Definitely not super efficient. All right, again, the back photo, I don't really care that this photo looks perfect because this is just to show the buyer that there's no stains or flaws. Just flat lay it, make it look decent. Snap a photo, and this one's done. Zip it up, fold it over, sleeve in, fluff off, sleeve in. 1, 2, 1, and then 2, and that'll go right into the clear bag and it'll be ready to be shipped off. Kayla's gonna do that in the morning. I usually just leave a little pile for her because she has a special way of making them nice for her to be put right into inventory, so I let her take care of that. Just got my 4x4 for photos, loving it. Any suggestions for the background? I use a solid gray sheet and I pull, so that's fine. I actually wish I would have just went with a solid white sheet because the gray sheet does on some colors, it doesn't come through true, where a solid white, I usually don't have any issues with a solid white. So when I do move this setup, when we do get another house, we move this setup, I am going to do a solid white sheet. I'm going to rip off this, put a solid white sheet down. I might actually rebuild the whole thing again now that I kind of know what I want. I'm going to rebuild it and make a different one, but I think I'm going to go with solid white. Either solid white sheet or like solid white like carpet, kind of like the carpet I have here. I like the carpet because it makes the item stick to it, whereas if it's just like a poster board sheet or like a slick sheet, items will just roll off of it. Size of the board is 4x4. You can get them pre-cut at, they already come pre-cut at Lowe's and Home Depot 4x4. So I think the next one's not going to be a piece of wood though. It's going to be like a lightweight board. So that way when you we pull it and close it, it's much easier on the back than having to, you know, pull a heavy board out. So sold a Hallmark sweater to Australia. Let's go. Australia. Did you use the, I'm assuming you use the eBay global shipping program. How would you photograph lots or bundles of clothing if you have a good cover photo? So that's a good question. I don't do, if you look at my eBay store, I have 0 lots. I don't do any lots. But if I did, what I would do is I would just lay them one on top of another, make them look nice, make them look spaced out. Like you don't put Polo Ralph Lauren shirt, and then the next one's down here, and the next one's like right below it. You want to make sure they're nice and even, and then take like a artsy photo. So I would always tilt it to the side and snap a photo like that, and then I would take pictures of them individually to show, you know, size and all that stuff. But I don't do any lots. There's 0 lots available on eBay store. Lots are good though. I'm not gonna say lots are bad. I just don't do them. I have problem taking pics, suggestion coats. They look perfect in square. When I put them in my listing and the middle of the dress shows. Used to be able to fix your photos in Poshmark. I would have to see what you're talking about because I can't envision what you're saying. I can't vision what you're saying. I don't know how to help you. I'm sorry. They look perfect in square. If they look perfect in square mode when you're taking your what? So you must be taking photos in app on Poshmark. I never take my photos in app. I always take my photos on my camera. For 2 reasons. 1, it saves into my phone, so that way I can use it. And then 2, it saves into the cloud, so then I can use it on the computer too. So if I ever need to go into the computer and pull my photos, they're automatically on the cloud. So I'd suggest if you're not taking them on your phone, take them on your phone first and then put them into the listing. It's almost the same, takes about the same amount of time. I'm glad you're on Nothing Good on TV. Watched a couple videos of yours earlier doing pictures. You're an inspiration, man. Keep it up. Appreciate you, NXT. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the support again on the videos. I put out 3 YouTube videos this week. I didn't tell anybody I was going to do it. I was like, you know what? I need to get back on YouTube. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go hard on it. So I put out 3 in 1 week, which doesn't happen at all. I think I'm going to try to do 2 at least. This first week, I just wanted to push myself and do 3. Hopefully you guys like the videos. I really tried to make them good. I didn't try to just put out like a junky video either. I tried to really like put out good production and all that stuff. Last night's video, it took me like 3 hours to shoot. It took me like an hour to edit it. Hopefully you guys like it. If you haven't watched it yet, it's a Bolo video, very informative. You guys tend to like those videos, so go check it out. I want to know how to be successful at this. I just started listing. I need to get this going quickly. 1, don't go too fast because that's where you make all your mistakes. 2, start listing items in your house first before you move on to other items. 3, watch a ton of free content online. There's so many good resellers out there for you to watch on YouTube and on Facebook. You're on Facebook, Aaron, but you can watch. There's so many good ones out there. So just go on YouTube. Like Bolo lists are really good to watch. I wouldn't suggest buying a Bolo list. I think most of them out there aren't the best, and you learn a lot if you just watch the videos slowly over time instead of just going out and buying a list because you just need all the information really fast. Learn it slow. Don't try to learn it fast because that's where you make most of your mistakes. You make too many mistakes in the beginning and then you give up and you say, you're one of those people that say, reselling is dead. You can't make any money. I tried to do it. It's because you tried to do it way too fast. So where are you going to reseller ruler from? I think it's resellerruler.com is where you get one. It's a ruler like this, and you can take both measurements at once. So you just lay it on top and the middle part pivots. So you can pivot it to where you need it to be on the garment, and then it's just one top photo. But I'm not going to get it until I complete my setup, so that way I can just lay it and snap it. Right now, if I did that, then it would show the corners of the board, and I don't want it to do that. So I use a light cream fleece blanket. Yeah, I need something like that. This is cream color, but it's too dark in my opinion. How do you become monetized on Facebook? You just post regularly, post frequently, and as soon as Facebook sees that you're posting frequently, they will monetize you. Some people get monetized very fast, and some people can monetize very, very slow. I think I got monetized within my first like 10,000 followers on Facebook, but I was also going live like every single day on Facebook and also posting content almost every day on Facebook. So they saw that and then they monetized me. If you're posting like 3 videos in 1 week and then you take a month to post another video, usually you don't get monetized very fast. Some people, they've had to wait to like 70,000, 80,000 followers before they ever got monetized. It's kind of a random program. I also noticed on one video, do you always schedule your listings for 10 a.m.? I do. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I just like my listings to go at 10 a.m. It's not like if you do it at 10:05, you get a boost in the algorithm. I just like 10 a.m. Couple reasons. 10 a.m. is a good time. It's early in the morning. People are just getting to work on the East Coast. Or the West Coast, they're just waking up, so you get some early morning sales if you list something early. There's potential for that. And then also, Kayla usually gets done with her morning routine around 10 a.m., so she can start putting items away in inventory. So that's it just works for our schedule, but those are the only reasons to do it. It's not like you guys should do it too. Just make it work for your schedule. Found a rain spooner, Melik, I don't know how to pronounce this word, Kaliki la 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 lama, I don't know, limited edition 2012 Christmas shirt. Would you list it now or save it for Christmas? Those I would probably list right now. For one, Christmas in July is a thing, so People could probably buy it for Christmas and July parties. I don't know. I've never been to one, but I hear that's a thing. Also, those are collectible shirts. People want to buy them before Christmas, so they'll buy them early to hold on to them to wear them for Christmas. So I would. Yeah, I use the phone first whenever I take photos. When listing in Nifty, is there a promotion field for eBay? It's not very user-friendly to have to go back in eBay and edit your promote. No, but there's an automated promotion setting on eBay itself. Let me try to find it for you really quick. It's under advertising, I believe. Let me try to find it before I show it to you. Yeah. This is what you're looking for. You have to set this up within eBay. It's not within Nifty. So you go to your advertising right here, Seller Hub, you go to your dashboard, or you can go to campaigns because that's where you're going to create a new campaign. I already have campaigns set up, so I'm just going to go to my dashboard, and then you're going to click create new campaign, and then you're going to do promote your listings. And then from here, you're going to follow the prompts and do your promote listings. Right now I have one that's running, it's at 7%. As soon as Nifty delist and relist any of my stale inventory, they automatically get promoted at 7%. It's automatic. Don't have to go back in and edit each and every one. Automatically does that. Now you can set up different ones for different listings if you want to. Mine are all clothing, so across the board everything gets promoted at 7%. I'm testing that for probably another couple months. Now I'm going to drop it to 5% around Christmas time and see if my sales increase or decrease. If they decrease too much, I'll go back to 7%. If they stay about the same, then I'm going to keep it at 5%. I will say once eBay changes their new promoted listings policy to where they're going to make the policy to where if somebody clicks on a promoted listing and they don't buy it, but another person just randomly buys it off of a regular listing, they're going to have you pay for that promotion, which is basically you're paying for a promotion that didn't actually succeed on getting a sale. Somebody else clicked on a regular listing, but because person A clicked on it like 29 days ago, you still got to pay the promoted fee. That's when I'll cut my promotions off completely because there's no point in paying for that. I'm paying for a service that I'm not actually getting. And I've already been very vocal to eBay about this when I had my meetings with them. So I said, you're not going to get any promotion fees out of me. If I have to, I'll start moving most of my business over to Whatnot or other platforms because it doesn't make sense for me to pay 7% if you know, John comes in and touches my listing and says, oh, I don't want that listing. And then 29 days later, somebody else comes into the regular listing, not the promoted listing, and buys it. I got to pay the promotion. That makes absolutely no sense. You guys didn't promote the listing. My listing promoted itself. So hopefully they fix that and they don't do that stupid rule. But right now they're testing it across the seas, over the borders, over the pond. They're testing it, and I'm sure it's going to come in some way or fashion to us over in the US. So hopefully not, but most likely. Most likely it's coming. All right, next up we got some Travis Matthew pants. These were also in the YouTube video. I did pay up for these. I paid $12, but I've sold Travis Matthew pants in the past pretty quickly for $35. So I just grabbed these, and they're a size 35 too, so they're a pretty good size. These were like a size like 31. I probably would have left them because 31s and 30s are usually a little bit harder to sell. But these being at 35 is perfect. And I'll probably list these for, like I said, 35 plus shipping. So a little pricey. Goodwill had these priced up a little bit. Man, this button's giving me trouble. Priced up a little bit, but that's Goodwill for you. If you guys watched that video, you saw Goodwill's pricey on many, many things. All right, that's buttoned. This is my cover photo for my pants. I do the same cover photo. I think it looks nice. That's why I do it. Just looks clean. Looks clean. All right, let's see. Boom, boom. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna take my measurement, waist measurement. And then I'm also gonna take my inseam, but to get my inseam, I'm gonna throw these up here like this. Just like that. I'll pull this off to the side so this makes like kind of like a straight line so I get a better read on my inseam. 33 inches is where it's at. And then all I have to do is take a full front, full back, and we're done. Easy peasy. You have to lift these up a little bit. That's why I want a little bit of a longer board, because jeans are basically fill out my entire board. and it does kind of show my sides of the board. So I'm gonna have to upgrade this to a 6x4 instead of a 4x4. And I'm gonna have to, when I move to the new place, I'm gonna drop this down. So that way it's not as high as it is. That way the girls can start taking photos. I've already started training them on jeans and pants, and the other one's trained on ties. So as soon as they get older, they'll have basically a job that they can work. All right, and that's just gonna slide right into the bag, ready to go for Kayla to put in the bag. All right, let's see, we got lots of questions, let's go. I like questions. I have a flat rate for shipping for under £1, another for £2. I noticed you have a similar system. Is it more reasonable to do that, especially with shipping going up? I do calculated on everything. Everything I do is calculated. So when I'm using Nifty, and that's probably where you're getting that from, when I put it in Nifty, I have a set weight for 11. I have a set shipping preference for 11. I have a set one for £2. I have a set one for 15 ounces. I also have one specifically for shoes. I have one for jackets, and I have one for jeans where I do padded flat rate and I do ground advantage, but everything's calculated. I don't do anything flat rate. With shipping prices going up, unfortunately, we can't control those. They're going to continue to go up. Just think in, what is it, like 4 or 5 months from now, they're going to do their Christmas increases too. So not only did we just get, like, I think it was a 7% increase, but there's going to be another increase right around Christmas time. So can't control it. If your buyers get upset, tell them to call the post office and get mad at them, because you can't control it. So that's what we do. We do everything calculated. Hi from Tampa again. Let's go. You're right around the corner from me. I'm so glad to hear you actually. Wait. So glad to hear you actually have their ear. Yeah. They did like a. It wasn't like a meeting for like influencers or anything like that. It was for the pre-loved partner program. So if you look at my listings, it says pre-loved partner. And they accepted me into that program. I saw an email and I was like, sure, I'll get accepted into this. You get like a little banner on your store. It doesn't give you any like push in the algorithm or anything like that. It's just like a little banner, I guess, to influence the buyer to buy stuff from you because you're a partner with eBay. And you have to have so many good metrics to be able to keep that on your store. If you ever don't have good enough metrics, then you will get that dropped and then you'll have to work at to get it back up. But yeah, I was very vocal when I asked him, the guy I was talking to, he's like, yeah, any more questions for today? And then I asked him about that. And he was like, yeah, from what I understand, you're exactly right. That's how it's supposed to work. And I was like, that's not good. That's not good. Do you wash clothes before you sell them? The only time we wash clothing is if they have stains or bad smells. Stains or bad smells. Amy knows the rules. Amy's been here for a while. She knows the rules. She probably could have answered that. I know Mercari and Depop shipping are different. And the rates for those are more than eBay if you do it that way. For example, under £1, yeah. So some people do like free shipping on those platforms and then they buy their label off Pirate Ship and they just work the cost into the actual item. I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. I just use Mercari and Depop shipping. I don't get that many sales on Mercari and Depop, to be honest. So those are almost like extra sales every single week for me. If I ever got to the point where those became like same sales as eBay, I would try to like figure out the algorithm better and do those little hacks like you're talking about right now. But for me, they're just extra sales. eBay's king. eBay and Whatnot are my top two. And then the rest are just like, they just feel like extra to me every single time I get a sale from them. All right, let's take more pictures. These are, let's skip over this. This is another kids Polo Ralph Lauren piece, and I might actually hold that one for a winter show. But we'll do this Travis Matthew. This is another one you guys probably saw in the Goodwill video. If you didn't watch it yet, you should go watch it. It's almost like a live thrift. You guys really like the live thrifting videos, so I kind of brought the same style, but with the meta glasses. And from what you guys are telling me, you guys don't mind the quality. I kind of had to tweak the quality a little bit to make them look a little better on camera. But yeah, most of you guys said that you liked the video, so that's pretty cool because I can easily make those videos every single week. That video was it was a no-brainer to make that video. I basically just had to line up the clips, cut off the back end of the clips and stick them all together, and they were good to go. Only thing I don't like about shirts on this flat lay setup is if they do have wrinkles, they're pretty prominent. So you really got to like lay it flat. All right, Travis Matthew. I think this is number 5 too, right? Oh no, this is number 4. I still got one more after this. Put my phone in square mode. Cover photo. You guys will see these photos in just a second. I'm gonna bring the photos over to Nifty from my phone, and then you guys will see what the photos look like. So I know you guys can't see the photos right now, but you guys will see those in just a second. Oh, let me take this photo first. Okay. This one, under the pit. 24 inches. This is a men's 2XL too. Another reason why I picked this up. I know some people don't pick up Travis Matthew, but this print is going to make it sell. And then also the fact it's a men's 2XL will have it sell. So it's got a couple things going for it. I'm going to list this one probably for $24.99 plus ship. And it'll probably sell within, I would say, probably a week or two, just because it's a 2XL with a good print. Oh, this does have a, never mind, I won't sell it for that much. I didn't notice there's a bleach stain down here. Completely missed that. I should have probably flipped it over at the store. Oh well. So this one's going to be a lot lower. It'll still sell, but that bleach stain is going to kill the value. Man, that sucks. Hey, all of us make mistakes. Somebody was telling me in the comments today, they said they got a Robert Graham home today, and they got it all the way in the door, started taking photos of it, and realized it had a hole in it. And I was like, yep, it happens to everybody, and here we are live on camera seeing a flaw. But this polo will still sell. It will still sell. All right, that one's photoed. Here he is. There's Peak. Helligan and your working machine on your videos, evolving knowledge skills. Appreciate you, Crammy Pammy. Crammy Pammy, you're always hyping me up. I appreciate you. When you thrift and the sizes are divided like small, medium, large, do you check all sizes or skip small and medium? I check usually all sizes. The only places that I'll usually skip small sizes is when I'm doing retail arbitrage. I will usually skip extra smalls and smalls, like when I go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls, or if I go to any other stores to do retail arbitrage, I will usually always skip smalls. And the reason being is usually you'll find the best stuff in the smalls. Like you'll find, like, for example, Peter Millar polos, you'll find those in smalls. And usually they don't sell as well as the mediums, XLs, 2XLs, 3XLs, larges. Because, and you'll see there's a lot more of them in that section compared to others, so the market gets flooded with smalls and extra smalls. So over time I've learned to skip over that section. There are times that I'll skip through it really quick and just see what they got, but usually I skip smalls and extra smalls. So that's what I do. Thoughts on Charles Truitt brand shirts? I don't pick up the shirts. I pick up the ties and I pick up the blazers. I do not pick up the shirts. Story of my life. Yep. Got it home. There's a stain. Missed it completely. Completely missed it. Krabby Pammy says, hello, Christopher. I'm going to start calling him Christopher from now on, too. Hello, Pamela. All right, let's do next one. Swap this over. This will be number 5, and then after this one, we'll do we'll load these into Nifty really quick. And for those of you who've never seen it work, the automatic AI tool, you guys will be able to see it on camera. I think this is another Goodwill find from that Goodwill video. Johnny O, this is a good one, too. It's got all over plaid. Anytime you can get pink and blue on a men's shirt, usually does pretty well. Pink sells when it comes to men's clothing. I don't know if I can get this in here. I've never done a pocket. Okay, I can. Never done a pocket button with this buttoning tool, but I love this buttoning tool. Saves me so much for my fingers. This one has a little hidden button on it too. I'm not going to button the hidden button. They can button that if they want to. By the way, these shirts, if you notice, they're not wrinkly. They were wrinkly when we first got them. But the key to making your shirts not wrinkly for photos is you just lay them out the day before and you let, like, almost like gravity, like, make them flat. So all these were wrinkly in the bags and we just laid them out flat and now they're good to photo. We're trying to do that more often because we tend to forget to when we get the stuff in. This is a linen shirt, I think, too, which is even better. Oh, I gotta cut the tag. Tuck that underneath there. It's good to go. I gotta cut this tag real quick. What's up, homie? Welcome in. I think I pronounced your name right. Ami? It's a very unique name you have. All right. I think I'm getting sick again. Hopefully not. I don't want to be sick again. All right, let's snap some photos of this. Johnny O. There's those 2 photos. I gotta take a photo of the tag. Let me see, is this linen? Is it linen? Yes, it is. It's 54% linen, 46% lyocell. What in the world is lyocell, by the way? I've seen this on so many tags. I don't know what lyocell is. Does anybody in the chat know what lyocell technically is? Is it like bamboo or something? Oh, this isn't even a full button-down shirt, by the way. And the button ends right here. Just kind of, does it? No, never mind. It goes all the way down. It looked like it ended right there. All right. Let's take our full, did I take the full front photo yet? No, I didn't. Full front photo. And then we're going to grab this. And then we're going to grab this. Snap. Snap. And then we got to do the back, and then we're done with this one. Okay. Fold her up. It's ready to be put in the bag. Nice and pretty. All right, let's see. I bought the buttoning tool for my elderly parents and love it. Let's go. Yeah, it works for a lot of reasons. A cleaning spray. Lyocell. Not lyocell. Lysol. Lyocell. Thank you for another Bolo video. Definitely have missed them. I never heard of any of those brands. Yeah, I did some pretty strong research on some flannel brands because I know there's a lot of people out there that know most of the flannel brands. So the only one that I had never heard of before was the RGT at the end. And I'm definitely obviously going to be looking for it now. And that was a very, very niche one. And I was really happy with how that turned out because I learned the label just like you guys did. RGT. I probably have seen that label before at thrift stores. You know how you watch these videos, like you've seen other Bolo videos and you're like, man, I feel like I've seen that tag before. I definitely feel like I've seen RGT before. So now I've done that video. And these videos don't only help you guys, but they also help me because me making the video burns it into my memory even more because I have to, you guys don't understand when I'm, the clips of that are 3 to 4 minutes long. You know how hard it is to talk for 3 or 4 minutes and make almost zero mistakes. I literally, every one of those clips take me like an hour to make because I get about halfway done and then I say something stupid in the middle of the clip and I'm like, damn it, I got to restart this whole thing all over again. So I know those brands very well now because I've talked about them extensively for over an hour for each one of those clips. So yeah, I'm not going to forget them. Hopefully you guys don't forget them either. And that's why I like keeping them to 5. I say that in the beginning of the video. I feel like 5 is something you can actually remember. If I did 100 brands, because there are really good ones out there. I know Rally Roots does like 100 brands. But I feel like once you get to like number 10, 11, 12, your brain is like, this is way too much information. Whereas 5, you can process that really easily. Do you think posting new listings late at night hurt? No, I don't think posting listings any time of the day hurts your algorithm at all. I think if you posted 5 listings in the morning, 5 listings in the evening, and 5 listings at night, you got 15 listings up, you have more of a chance of making a sale. I don't believe the algorithm like sees you posting at 11, 13 at night like it is right now, and it'll hurt your algorithm. Like tomorrow morning, people will be waking up at 6:30 in the morning to get ready to go to work or getting up early because their kids are up and they're shopping on the internet because you posted the night before. Your listings are fresh. They get pushed out to them. They buy your items. So is a plant-based fabric made of cellulose derived from wood pulp from Google. Okay, cool. So it's from wood. It's almost like bamboo, I guess. It's like a offshoot of bamboo because I know there's some pretty expensive brands that are made out of bamboo. So yeah, there we go. I learned something new today. Would you recommend getting an eBay store or Nifty first or both? How many listings do you have, David? I would suggest if you were over or at 250 listings, you get an eBay store first because you're going to get started hitting with insertion fees here pretty soon. If you're not at 200 or 250 listings, if you're a lot less than that, I wouldn't even suggest getting Nifty yet. You need to just get more listings up. Nifty is good for cross listing, but if you have less than 100 listings or 150 listings, you probably should just be focused on getting more listings up on one platform before you start learning multiple. That would be what I suggest. But if you're close to 250 or over 250, you should definitely consider getting an eBay store. I want to do a thrifting challenge video with you and Brad. We need to make this happen. Like us versus. See, here's the thing, Ethan. It's you in the shoe section versus me and Brad both in the men's section. There is a lot more chance that you find good items, whereas me and him are competing for good items. I couldn't do the women's section. I just couldn't. I know that's what you guys are going to say is you go do the women's section, Brad does the men's section, and then I basically have like a broken leg. I'm in this race with a broken leg. So we'd have to figure out the rules. It could just be me and Brad in the men's section because then you're just all lonely in the shoe section, just going through the shoes. And I know your excuse is going to be, yeah, but there's less shoes than there is clothing. But still, it's me and him versus each other versus you. That doesn't sound like fun. That sounds like a crutch. I don't like having crutches in races. I realized your live video. I realized in your live video that was helpful for me. When you were naming the brands you were seeing and passing on. Oh yeah, for that video, yeah. I did that on purpose because that's kind of like how I do it when I'm live thrifting. So I figured doing it in video format would be almost the same thing. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, there was sound behind me. They were playing music, and to not get monetized on every platform, you have to have music playing in the background. So by me talking over that music, it keeps me from getting that video demonetized. That's another reason why I was constantly talking that video. So that way it would drown out the background noise. My glasses did a really good job at that, but they like to play very loud music in those stores. So that's another reason why I did it. But I also did it so that way you guys can I know you guys can visually see the tags because the actual video quality is not as good on the Metas as it is on the regular camera. So I'd also had to talk it through so you guys could kind of visualize the brands that I was visualizing as well. All right, let's load these into Nifty. I'm going to, let me sit down for this because it's much easier to sit and talk. This is a good time to ask questions too because I'm going to be in front of the camera while I do this. Let me move this off to the side too. So what I'm going to do, if you guys never seen Nifty before, I know most of you have, but if you've never seen it before, I'm going to load all my listings into Nifty's AI tool. That are my photos that I just took into Nifty's AI tool, and it's going to create listings for me, which is amazing. I don't have to do anything. I've already had some created today. As you can see, all of these were all created from my photos. So after this live, I'm going to put a bunch of those live, or maybe I'll do it tomorrow morning. I don't know. I might do it tomorrow morning. But now I'm going to take all the photos that I just took and throw them into Nifty's AI tool. So the key is to make sure your first 5 photos have the most description in them, meaning like I pick a full front photo, I pick a tag photo, I pick the back tag photo that shows the size, and then I usually put my measurement photos in, and I select them in that order because it's going to read your first 5 photos. And I'm going to add them into Nifty's AI tool, and as those are uploading, I'll go ahead and add my next one in, which will be that Ralph Lauren sweater. And boom, 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 boom. Added those in. Hit the button add. It's going to go ahead and start generating the listing for me. I'm going to add another one. So we'll do all 5 of these real fast. Oh, I forgot to take a tag photo of the Travis Matthew. Let me do that really quick before I forget, because otherwise I'll forget to do that. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. So it'll be an easy photo for me to take. I'm not going to switch the camera for this because it's just a tag photo. It doesn't have to look pretty. It's just got to show what the item is made out of. Okay. Look at that. I kept it all folded too. That's beautiful. There we go. So now go back up and grab that tag photo. And what other photos did I put in here? Put up another photo on accident. One, show selected. Which one do I have in? Oh, that one. That's the one I don't want. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, adding in those photos right now. You'll see it'll jump off the screen. When you do, you select what category it goes into. So this is a pair of men's pants. So I'm going to click men's. And I'm going to add my next item. Super easy to do. Full front, back tag photo. Boom, 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 boom. All right, that one's being added in. That Travis Matthew with the small stain on the back. I would wash that, but that's a bleach stain. It's never going to come out. All right, that one's added. Hold on, I put those in the wrong order. I'm making so many mistakes tonight. Okay, so that was added in there. Give it a second. As you can see, it's adding it. Put it in the men's category, and then this thing will purple, just lit up purple. We'll hit generate listings. Here, hold on, let me open this up before I hit this button. Let me open up Nifty so you guys can see this live in action. Let me share my screen. Slide you guys over so I can read the chat too. All right, so that's ready. I am going to hit generate. It is currently generating. And then what I'll do is I'll just refresh the screen here. Those are the 5 items that we just took photos of. And it is being generated right now. As you can see, kids piece just got put in. Vineyard Vines Harbor shirt got put in. Even put in the word Harbor shirt. Travis Matthew just got put in. And now we just got the other Travis Matthew with the Johnny O. Everything is done. And now I just have to go through and edit these listings to make them better. As you can see, even the Johnny O has a linen blend in there. So it read the tag, it knows that it's a linen blend. And then if I wanted to add more keywords in here, I could add more keywords. Also, I need to get my photos in the right order. So we're just gonna slide these over just like that. And to be honest, I don't really need any more keywords in there. I can't fit the word multicolor. It'll take up too much space. So I could put the word men's if I really wanted to. I've sold so many shirts without the word men's in it, so I really don't even think about adding men's anymore. Even put my pit to pit measurements in there from my photos. You can see the pit to pits are right there, and you got the length in there. This shirt, probably gonna do $27.99 because it is a linen blend. I can always adjust this later. I'm not gonna put this listing live. If I had my cost of goods, which I don't really remember, I think it was $7.47. Put your cost of goods right there. Casual Johnny O, everything looks good. This is a men's shirt. Everything else looks good. I'm gonna leave best offer on this one. I don't know if Johnny O is a brand in Mercari. I don't think it is. Nope, it's not a brand in Mercari, so you leave that blank. This one's good. So this listing is ready to list. And then I can go back, and if I wanted to put this listing live, I can do it right now, or I can schedule it for tomorrow. Either way, so if I highlighted this and I hit publish, I could publish it immediately, or I could schedule it for like tomorrow at 10 a.m., which is probably what I'm going to do after the stream. And you can also highlight all of these at once and schedule them all at once. You don't have to schedule them all individually, which makes a lot easier to do. So that listing's done. As you see, just photos going through, making sure everything looks good. Added one word in there. Everything else is perfect, and that listing's ready to go. Lots of questions. Let me get back to you guys. I was hunting for those brands today at the thrift, didn't find any, but yeah, the Bolo brands, like I said in that video, I get comments all the time. If you go read some of my, like the more viral ones, like the Thai one, there's so many people in the comments who are like, you'll never find these brands at the thrift store. I don't even know why you put out a video like this. And it's like, it's a Bolo. It's not, you're not going to find a Bolo every single time you go to the thrift store. If you did, it wouldn't be a Bolo anymore because everybody would find them every single time you go to the thrift store. It's items that aren't donated as much, and that's why they hold their value. You'll be able to resell them for good money. But yeah, go to the thrift store. Now that you know those brands, and the more I make these videos, the more of these I put out, the more brands you'll have in your head to be on the lookout for, and you'll eventually start finding them more often because once you've seen them once, there's a higher chance of you to stop and grab those items, whereas if you didn't know that brand, you'd probably skip right past it. So that stupid stuff more than, shut up, get out of here. You're just like serfs. When you ship, are you weighing before printing ship label? What is the purpose of that? Myself, I don't do that anymore. When you first start, I would highly suggest it because you don't really know what weights of items are. Like those Travis Matthew pants, I know those pants are a pound or more, so I usually put them at a 2 pound weight. The Vineyard Vines Harbor shirt or something like this linen shirt, I put in at 10 ounces or put in at 11 ounces because I know this shirt weighs about 11 ounces. So because I've handled so much clothing, I know what to put these in at. If you first start, what I would do is I would put this in the packaging material that you're going to put to ship this out in, put it on the scale, weigh it, measure it, put it into your listing, charge it to the customer. You'll never make a mistake. And then once you do that repetitive a bunch of times, you'll kind of understand what the weight is and you won't have to do that anymore. Steal the shoes? Oh yeah, I'll steal the shoes right out of his cart. He can't beat me if I got the shoes in my cart, right? There's no rules. We got to make these rules beforehand, before we start. Close to 1,000 items in my eBay store. Do I need to increase my store level? It depends on which store level you have. I don't know which one you have, but if you're at 1,000 items and you're not paying for a store right now, I would highly suggest to do that. I don't know what the first store level is. I'm at the one that have 10,000 items. So I'm never going to get to 10,000 items. I don't think I am in my eBay store, so I'm good. I'm good. But yeah, just look at your store level. If you're under 1,000 items, you get allotted less than 1,000 items per month, and you're paying those insertion fees, then I would highly suggest to go up. City Thrift needs to come out with a mixtape. It's hopping in there. Oh yeah, they have, and they play all the bad words too. My kids, when we bring them in there, they're like, what was that word that they just said? I was like, yeah, they play the explicit in that store. I like it when I'm thrifting by myself. I'm like, hell yeah, I listen to this music. Is there a way to have Nifty generate a title in a different word order? I don't think there is yet, but I think maybe in the future she might. Right now they generate the title based off what eBay likes. So eBay has specifically said, like you're saying, put the gender at the end. That's exactly how eBay says that they want the title to be. She's had conversations with eBay reps and how they specifically want their title structured, and that's why she structures it the way she does. And I've had sales from that title structure. So I don't mind it. If I wasn't getting sales and the title structure was different than what I used to do, then I would probably complain, but I'm getting sales from it, so I don't mind. AI needs to learn how to order the keywords for the best algorithm at eBay. I will say there's opportunity to add more keywords into the title. I think she already knows that. So she needs to, it's weird because there's keywords in the description that she can move and put into the title, but they have it in the description. And I think, again, it's because eBay has told her as long as it's in the description and somebody searches for that keyword, it'll actually pull up your listing. So instead of flooding your title with a bunch of crazy keywords, you just put them all in your description and somebody types it into the search and it actually comes up, even though it's not in your title. That's what eBay's told her. So I am planning on doing an interview with her. Her meaning Neha, she's the one that runs Nifty. She's the head of Nifty. When she comes back from vacation, I believe she said she's going on vacation either this week or next week. So we're going to plan something like closer to August. And you guys will be able to ask her those questions like, why is the title structure like this? And she'll be able to give you a on-point answer. So that'll happen as soon as she comes back from vacation. I'll let you guys know when that's going to be. When doing your shipping, I already got that one. Yeah, got that one. This Nifty presentation helpful? Appreciate you. I try to do like one at the end of the night. I don't try to make it all Nifty live. Some people are like, oh, it's a Nifty live again. But I do show exactly what I do. I use Nifty every night, so I got to show it. Is there a site you would recommend for finding items to get an idea of selling price that I can't find on eBay? I have a Yoda Star Wars t-shirt with a green tag, I believe to be a promo shirt. Have you tried using Terapeak on eBay? There's a search called Terapeak on eBay. It brings in, I think it's like 3 or 4 years of sold data. So try using that. You might be able to find it on there. Also, there's a site called, it's a subscription-based site. I can't think of it right now. Somebody in the chat's probably screaming it. Subscription-based site that brings in like 10, 15 years of sold data on eBay. I forget the name of it. Somebody's going to say it in the chat here in a second. There is a site you can pay for, but it's a subscription-based site. It's pretty expensive, but it does bring in years of data. You can always try to find somebody that has it, and you can ask them like, hey, can you search this for me really quick? And they can do it. But just don't let the site know that you did that because they will shut down. WorthPoint, that's what I'm thinking of. WorthPoint is the site. That's the site I'm thinking of right there, WorthPoint. We'll bring in years and years and years of sold data. I have never used it before, so that's why it skipped my memory. Do you have an instructional video on YouTube similar to what you are showing right now for beginners? I don't. I do plan to make lots of new beginner guide videos as soon as we move. I need a designated workspace because for that, so I can go out there and shut the door and be closed off from all the kids and all the noises. Right now, it's hard for me to make those videos. Like last night, if you listen to the beginning of the video, it has the sound of fireworks in the beginning of it because I have to do it at that time because Joey fell asleep. Like the only reason I'm live right now is because Joey's asleep. He usually wakes up like 12:30 or 1 o'clock. So I only have a small time frame. But as soon as we move, I'm going to have a designated workspace where I can actually go and create videos like that. And I don't have to have the kiddos like running around. So be on the lookout for those as soon as we move. I'm going to make a lot of like beginner content for you guys. But for right now, I just got to work with what I got. Hey, glad I'm catching you. Did you do the carpet from Home Depot? Yes, that's the carpet from Home Depot. That is Traffic Master Smoke Gray. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's the one in the roll. It's like super cheap. It's in the carpet section. They had like a separate container for it, but I don't know the exact color. So yeah, I think it was 24. I think it's what I paid. So you probably have the same one I do. You like using Lightbox for photos? I do. I actually think Lightbox takes better photos than this setup, but this setup is more efficient. So that's why we switched. But the big Lightbox and the little Lightbox, way better photos. Way better photos. It's not even close. Like if you look at my photos I'm doing right now compared to some of my older listings on eBay, you'll see the difference. How do you decide if a long sleeve Ralph Lauren shirt, for instance, goes to a dress shirt, a casual button-down shirt? For me, whatever Nifty puts it in, or whatever when I'm listing on eBay it gets put in, is what it gets put in. I don't really think there's a major difference between the two, a dress shirt and a casual shirt. Most guys are just typing in Ralph Lauren long sleeve shirt, and whether you have it in either of those categories, it's still going to be pulled up in eBay search. I don't think looking into that is not that big of a deal. I would say if it looks a little dressier, more than like a casual plaid shirt, probably put it in the dress shirt category, but I don't think it really matters, to be honest. Do you pick up everything Johnny O? No, I don't pick up everything Johnny O. Basic polos I usually pass on. Pants I usually pick up. Some of the swimsuits I'll usually pass on, but they got to be cheap. Like $5 or under is usually what I'm trying to pay for Johnny O. Unless it's like a linen shirt like that, then I'll pay a little bit more. I think I paid $7 for that one. Just saw another reseller who got kicked off Poshmark for the 4th time this month. He said they told him he had too many listings. It's crazy. Yeah, Surfs got kicked off for a 3rd time, I believe. Poshmark is there any wood? Yeah, there's wood. Knock on wood. I have yet to get knocked off Poshmark. So yeah, I'm not worrying about it yet, but I also turned off delist, relist on Nifty. So the only things that are getting delisted are sold items. If they removed me for doing sold items, then I would just send them a screenshot and say, hey, this item sold on eBay. Here's the screenshot of it. You guys told us via your rules that we are allowed to pull down sold listings. So that's exactly what I did. Please unban me. And I would send them screenshots and everything, so they would have to. If they told me like, sorry, but we can't unban you because you removed a listing, I'd be like, this is literally your saying in your words. I would highlight it and say, you guys said that we're allowed to pull down sold listings. I just proved to you that I sold that item on eBay, so you guys should reinstate my account. But none of my items are being delisted and relisted on Poshmark right now via Nifty. And I'll say this, I've said it plenty of times, the only benefit you get from a delist relist is you get on the newly listed page and you get bumped to the top of search, just like you do with a share. So if you're worried about being at the top of search, just share your closet. You'll be at the top of search. The only real benefit you get is you get on the newly listed page, and most shoppers are not searching on Poshmark for a Tommy Bahama men's Hawaiian shirt and then going to newly listed. They are just typing that into search. The first items that come up are the ones that they're looking at. If you just shared your listing, you're at the top of search. Just think of how many times you guys have bought on Poshmark, if you guys ever bought on Poshmark. Did you ever filter for newly listed? Probably not. You just typed in your item, looked at what they had, filtered for your size, scrolled through Poshmark, found something you like and bought it. So it's not, delisting, relisting on Poshmark is not like delisting, relisting on eBay, Depop, and Mercari. The only way you get back to the top of search, unless you promote, is delisting, relisting, and pushing that listing back up and telling those platforms, here's a new listing for you guys. Boom. And then you get pushed to the top of search. So completely different algorithm boost that you get compared to Poshmark. So just turn it off. To be honest, if I was Nifty and I ran Nifty, I would just get rid of delist, relist on Poshmark for now, because there's no point in having it and having a bunch of people get banned because Poshmark's being stupid. So that's what I would do. But I don't run Nifty. that might be something I talk to her about and say like, look, there's no point in having this. Just take it off. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Appreciate everybody hanging out. I'm gonna head off and finish my last 5 listings. I'm also gonna put some listings live really quick. Probably gonna do 10 right now, and I'll do the rest tomorrow morning. I might do another live tomorrow night, and then on Monday morning, I'm planning to do a full order pull video, probably with the metas, so you guys will be able to see me pull all of my orders for the morning with the meta glasses. So if you're interested in that, I'm gonna film that on Monday. I'll probably have it out like Tuesday or Wednesday. But I'll do another one of these lives tomorrow night to hang out with you guys and just get some listings done. So appreciate you guys hanging